Patrick, we do not want to use force on you. You are under arrest.
Now at 11, we break down new body cam video moments before a Clark County deputy shot and injured a man. And later,
you could be going through the worst time of your life and she would just show up.
friends remember a community leader who spent a lifetime helping expectant mothers in need. Plus, a historic property up for sale again. Why the Portland Japanese Gardens Board is now wanting to sell the nearly 4-acre piece of land. And let's take a look outside tonight from our Wells Fargo Skycam ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. Right now, 11 p.m., 42 degrees or so outside. Thank you for joining us here at 11. I'm Christine Pitawanich. Of course, here with me, our one and only Chief Meteorologist, Matt Zaffino. Matt, we are so fortunate to have this dry weather.
For sure, Christine. And you know, if you're in the right spot, you're enjoying a clear sky and a starry night, like up at Timberline Lodge. You can see the stars even from our sky cam here with the new snow. It's 30 degrees at Timberline, so it's not all that cold for 6,000 feet in the end of November up in the Mount Hood National Forest, right? But down in the valleys, it's also in the 30s. And look at our sky cam, our Rose City sky cam. You can see the low clouds and the fog hanging over the city, especially up over the West Hills. 42 degrees here, but if you really want to experience some fog, check out Salem. You can't even see the Capitol down there. Visibility a quarter of a mile or less, and it's 38 degrees. So yes, we have thick fog out there. Look at the visibility. It's down to 3/4 of a mile. The Portland Airport and Scappoose, but Kelso is down to a quarter of a mile. Aurora, McMinnville, Salem, all down to a quarter of a mile. And the basic rule of thumb is when visibility drops below a half a mile, and these are down to a quarter mile, then it begins to impact driving. So if you're driving up or down I-5 tonight, or early tomorrow morning, you're going to need to slow down because of the fog. If you're driving over the mountain passes, no problem. The roads will be dry, the sky will be clear. Same thing at the coast. Have some really great weather at the Oregon coast as well. Back east, they're dealing with a developing nor'easter that will be impacting air travel tomorrow. But tonight, all of the major airports around the country are in good shape. It is late, of course, back east, so no major delays anywhere, even here in the west. So overnight, valley fog and clouds. The morning gray will continue through Black Friday. Clear mild the coast and the Cascades, and we'll begin to develop an east wind this weekend. That should help to alleviate the fog. More on all of this in a bit. Christine, back to you.
I appreciate you keeping tabs on it. Thank you, Matt. Now to some very sad news for a local nonprofit and a big loss to the community. Maura White, the executive director of the Mother and Child Education Center, has died. Over the years, we've covered the nonprofit extensively as it's helped families in need. Our Catherine Cook shows us the legacy Maura leaves behind.
As a reporter, I've walked these steps many times. They lead to a nonprofit, Mother and Child Education Center in Northeast Portland. At the door, I remember all the times Maura White used to greet me.
So yeah, this is where we serve everybody right here on the front porch right now.
Her passion for helping young families was endless, but Maura's life was not.
Must knock first.
She can't greet me at the door anymore.
I think that we carry on her legacy though by loving and seeing people the way that she did.
This is
Jessica Rango is the new executive director at Mother and Child. She stepped in several months ago when Maura's health took a turn. Recently, she says Maura developed pneumonia, then suffered from complications. On Monday morning, Maura passed away.
In the end, it was too much. Maura was more than a boss. She was more than a friend. She was all of our support. She advocated for people.
From clothing or diapers or wipes. Or
For 10 years, Maura White led this nonprofit, which serves anyone in care of a child. The little house tucked in the Hollywood district, often a haven for young or expectant mothers in need. They find help here, whether through child care classes or supplies like diapers and formula.
Right now, we're also dealing with a formula shortage.
Whenever she spoke with us, Maura poured out her heart for the people she served.
Imagine you're a low-income mom and you really need that. You need to have formula. You can't find it anywhere. You can't find it. You have to go tear your baby around from bus to bus to bus to try to go to stores.
Mother and Child relies on donations. Maura was always grateful for those who gave.
Each time we see another post, it's like hard not to cry because it's very heartfelt.
Now, many are making donations in honor of Maura. Hundreds of others are sharing pictures and stories of how she touched their lives.
It's amazing to see the impact it it grows and grows and grows.
She was just such a giving person, just to everybody.
Dick Barsotti is on the board of Mother and Child. He's also a retired pediatrician. He says the first 3 years of a child's life are critical for their development. Maura knew that, especially when it came to kids and books.
Everybody who comes in always will get books. This is like a real favorite of ours.
What works here, I know will have ripple effects down the way for so many families.
Maura made everybody feel like incredible.
From the moment they walk through this door.
I hope she knows how much she's loved.
We appreciate Mother and Child for talking with us during this tough time. As always, they're collecting donations in person and online. We've posted a link to their website on kgw.com for those who want to help. Christine.
Yeah, Catherine, donating to help others sounds like a really great way to keep her legacy going. Thank you for your reporting, Catherine. Now to Clark County, where newly released body cam video is giving us a better idea of what led up to a deputy shooting and injuring a man in Camas. A warning, you'll hear the shooting, but will not see the man getting hit. Around 10 p.m. about 2 weeks ago, neighbors called 911 reporting gunshots. The sheriff's office says they found Patrick Wetzel in the driveway of a home on Northeast Everett near 23rd Avenue. Deputies learned he had a no contact order and wasn't supposed to be at the house. About 25 minutes or so after deputies encountered Wetzel, you can hear them say that he was pointing a gun at them. Shortly after that, a deputy fired 3 shots.
Patrick, we do not want to use force on you. You are under arrest.
All right, Steve, I'm going to take this shot on him. Shot away, shot away.
Wetzel was taken to the hospital. We don't know the extent of his injuries. Washington State Police are still investigating the use of force. Let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines. Federal authorities are investigating threats made against several of President-elect Trump's cabinet picks. That includes Oregon Congresswoman Lori Chavez-DeRemer. In an online post earlier today, Chavez-DeRemer said she and her family were targeted by a bomb threat at their Clackamas County home Tuesday night. NBC News reports the threats were hoaxes. The FBI says it is aware of the threats and encourages people report anything suspicious to law enforcement. And Clackamas County deputies have arrested a man they say kidnapped an 11-year-old girl. The girl told police that she was walking outside at an apartment complex in the Jennings Lodge neighborhood around 2 a.m. Monday when the man picked her up, forced her into his truck, and drove off. She was able to escape and run home. Deputies found the truck and arrested 47-year-old Felipe Martinez from Milwaukee. He's charged with kidnapping and harassment. Also, a Gladstone man is in jail accused of murdering his mother. Police say they responded to a home on Cason Road around 6:30 last night to do a welfare check on Rosa Leyva. Investigators say Leyva's son, Ronald Kirk, answered the door. Officers say he lived there, and when they went inside the home, they found Leyva dead. Kirk was arrested and taken to the Clackamas County Jail. Police have not said how Leyva died. Their investigation is ongoing. Now to the ongoing sex abuse scandal in the St. Helens School District. This morning, the high school principal turned herself into authorities after she was indicted on criminal charges. She's accused of breaking the law by not reporting suspected abuse. Celine Stevens has the update.
Wednesday morning, St. Helens High School principal Katie Wagner turned herself in to the Columbia County Sheriff's Office after being indicted by the county grand jury Tuesday.
I think it should have happened sooner.
Wednesday afternoon, Wagner maintained her innocence in the courtroom.
Your Honor, we'd like to enter at this point in time a not guilty plea, set this matter for a pretrial.
Wagner faces 4 misdemeanors and 2 felonies. Those include accusations that she unlawfully and knowingly withheld necessary physical care for the students at the school, according to the indictment. She was already on paid administrative leave. This came shortly after 2 teachers were arrested, accused of sexually abusing students. That includes choir teacher Eric Stearns. One parent says her daughter was in Stearns' class and he would often ask to hug her, give her prolonged hugs, and share personal information. She says her daughter reported it, but nothing happened.
She just said that Wagner literally said absolutely nothing, didn't even say a word, and then just kind of said, get to class.
The attorney with the DA's office requested that Wagner will not have any contact with the 2 arrested teachers, the alleged victims or their families, and she is prohibited from employment at any educational setting or one that requires mandatory reporting.
Lock her up.
My hope is that she goes to prison for her crimes, that she goes to prison for what she knew and didn't stop.
The judge says Wagner's next court date is scheduled for January 22nd. The school district told me in a statement that they are launching a third-party investigation into what happened and why, and are looking to quickly appoint a new acting principal. In St. Helens, Celine Stevens, KGW News.
New at 11, big news out of the Portland Japanese Garden. The nonprofit wants to sell a piece of historic property near Forest Park in Northwest Portland. Today, the garden's board announced it would offload the more than 3.5-acre plot of land just 2 years after they bought it from the Salvation Army in an effort to expand. The former White Shield Center was meant to become the garden's new Japan Institute to promote cultural understanding, but it was never completed due to rising construction costs. Today's announcement is not the only change. The garden is also looking for new leadership. Its longtime CEO plans to retire in January.